is going on? Welcome to episode 52 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, and we're going to rock a solo show tonight. It's going to be a short one because I want to play some Zelda, if you know what I mean. I want to jump into that DLC. I've got it downloaded, and it's sitting right here ready to go. So, real quick, remember if you go to audibletrial.com/NPC, you can get yourself a free audiobook. Pick up something like Super Mario or The Ultimate History of Video Games, both excellent books that I highly recommend. That's audibletrial.com/NPC. The chair I'm sitting in is from OP Seat. It's a gaming chair. It's comfortable. It's affordable. It's from OP Seat. Go to opseat.com. And there, use coupon code N64Josh to save yourself $10 off of your purchase. Okay, let's talk about the Game Awards. So this is a special show. Episode 52, you'd think, hey, we're at 1 year. We're not at 1 year, because sometimes we do 2 or 3 of these a week, you know? So we are going to just, I'm looking at my levels right now, my audio levels. I need to move my microphone closer to my mouth. We're doing it live, right? That's how we always do it. So there we go. I'm louder now, and they can't see my face on stream, but that's all good. That is all good. So I got my notes right here. We just watched the Game Awards. We did it live on stream. It was a ton of fun. If you guys are here watching with me live, you guys are my co-hosts on this one, so feel free to chime in at any point. And yeah, Nintendo won a handful of awards tonight. Some of them were kind of like a little bit overshadowed, but others were casting quite large shadows, if you ask me. So let's just break down a few of them first. Metroid: Samus Returns won Best Handheld Game. That's awesome. I mean, that's great that the 3DS game still won Best Handheld Game. It's funny. I wonder if they didn't know how to. Where do they put the Switch? Is it a home console? Is it a handheld game? I mean, could Odyssey have been, the best handheld game? That's a tough. This hybrid system makes it tough for them, I'm sure. So, it's also interesting that Pokemon didn't win Best Handheld Game. So pretty cool that Metroid, coming back after so many years, wins Best Handheld Game. Again, it was just kind of overshadowed. It was said real quick. It might even have been said before the show started. So Captain Logan is here in chat with me. He says DLC is so hard. Oh, I can't wait to play. We're going to jump in right after this show ends. So I'm really excited. I'm excited. But the next thing, Mario Odyssey did win an award. It won Best Family Game. Also cool. Odyssey did win something. It didn't win any of the major, like the big awards, but it did win Best Family Game, and that's true. I mean, it's a great family game. It's one of those things. It's a game that can bridge generations because of how it was created, and because of what it looks like. And it just has so many nods that go back to the games I grew up with: Mario 1, Mario 2, and then you've also got just the progression of where Mario is now, throwing that hat, turning into different enemies, and just it's a great game. It's a great game. Definitely glad to see it won at least something, because it deserved something. We're not done yet. There's more, and not just Zelda. Mario plus Rabbids won Best Strategy Game. Here's a game that came out of left field completely, nobody really expecting it, and boom, Best Strategy Game. Again, kind of just overshadowed. They didn't invite the guys up to the stage, anything like that, but they were still mentioned. That's awesome. That's awesome. A game that, like, you can see, like, if you watched any past like E3s, anything like that, where they had these developers on stage, they put blood, sweat, and tears into this game, creating the models and then presenting them to Nintendo, and Nintendo asking them, where did you get this model of Mario? That is dedication, and their hard work paid off. And to win Best Strategy Game of the Year, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Good for those guys. I'm really happy for them. As far as other winners, Zelda Game of the Year. Yes. I want you guys to let me know. This is going to be on YouTube, obviously. I'll throw a post up on the lootcave.com. Anywhere where you can get into the comments. I want to know, what is your game of the year? Join the Discord. Come on over to the Discord and let me know there. There'll be a link in the show notes. If you're just listening on your podcast player, it's the first link, I believe. So click that, join the Discord. Let us know what you think. If you're here live right now, Hatred Shaped Like a Man says, not my game of the year. What a shocker. You don't like things that are fun, I forget. So what about the rest of you guys, though? Drummer, Captain Logan, anybody just lurking? What do you guys think? Was it your game of the year? And we're going to go into game of the year stuff at length in our Discord. I want to hear from everybody, and we're going to do a whole show dedicated to what we think the game of the year should be, at least when it comes to Nintendo stuff. So I'm sure Shapes is just typing away right now, ready to blow me away. Oh, Nier Automata was Nier Automata. That was your game. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but that was your game of the year. Hey, that's cool. That is cool. Nothing wrong with that. I haven't played it, of course, right? So, out of what was nominated though for him was Persona 5. Okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. I feel sorry for you, but it's okay. It's okay. Because, I mean, come on. Nothing can stand compared to Mario and Zelda. No, I'm just playing. We've all got different opinions, and that's cool. But Zelda not only won Game of the Year, it also won Best Direction in a game. So, also very cool. You know, Nintendo kind of cleaned house. Other games that we saw clean house that weren't Nintendo, Cuphead did very well. The name escapes me. Hellblade, I think, is what it was. Also did very good. Reaper says his game of the year was Horizon. You know, and all of these. I mean, look, all of those games that were nominated, definitely stellar titles for sure. Again, I can't comment on a lot of them because I haven't played them, but I mean, you can tell from looking at them. I think the only one that everybody thinks is a little strange is PUBG, just because it's basically a beta. But hey, you know what? Like 24 million players or whatever. I mean, that's there is something to that, right? We can't just toss that out the window. So Nintendo really they did clean house. They did they won quite a few awards, and it was great. They didn't just win awards though. They dropped some bombs when it comes to announcements. The first thing they dropped was Zelda DLC. It's out now. Like we already said, the first thing that I'm going to do as soon as this show is over is start playing. I've already got it downloaded. I'm actually looking at the screen right now of my Switch, ready to start playing. I can't wait to jump in. So Logan saying it's hard. Hey, that's cool. I'm ready for a challenge. I am definitely up for a challenge. We will talk about the DLC at length. Try not to spoil anything next show on Tuesday night. So, we also got an announcement for Bayonetta 1 and 2 coming out February 16th, 2018. I'm a huge fan of these games. I really enjoy that style of game, that kind of hack and slash, shoot 'em up. Like, I love it. It's one of those games that I just didn't play that much though. Like I have 1 and 2 on the Wii U already. Now that it's going to be on the Switch, I'm most definitely going to play it. And then we also got the big announcement, which Reggie was awesome on the show. If you missed it, Jeff was like, "All right, Reggie, thanks. See you later." Reggie's like, "No, no, I got one more announcement." And he announced Bayonetta 3, which I do want to point out, Shapes was like, that's the worst font I've ever seen. They tried to make 2 guns into the letter 3. I don't know. Didn't work out so well, but it's crazy that we're like Nintendo's going to start off the year with a bang. We're getting Bayonetta 1 and 2 right off the bat, and then 3 is coming exclusively to the Switch. So pretty awesome stuff. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. What were some of your favorite parts of the award show? What were some of the surprises for you guys? Let me know. I'll read those live right here. As far as just the show itself, like, it was just a great time. Like, we watched live. Probably one of my favorite parts was watching, let me see, I want to make sure I get her name correct. I have it right here in front of me. Carol Shaw, who was the maker of the game River Raid 35 years ago. I believe she worked for Activision at the time. And seeing her come on stage and talk about game development, and seeing the little mini documentary they made about her, like, I loved seeing that. Like, it was really neat. Felicia Day's in the background. You could see her eyes. She's trying to hold back tears. It was a touching and moving thing to watch, and I loved seeing that. Captain Logan says the dig on loot boxes. Yeah, one of the first guys to open, which was I don't know the actor's name, but I believe he played Chuck in the show Chuck, and he's like, oh, hang on, I need a loot box to open. I need a microtransaction to open this. Open the I can't even think of the word, right? But to open it up and say who the winner was, and the envelope, and and so that was pretty good. And Kirby Geek saying indies overall did really, really well. Oh, Shape says he owns Think Geek, so there you go. But yeah, indies overall did do really well. I mean, we saw some indie titles on the that were exclusive to the Switch. We saw Golf Story was nominated. We saw Mr. Shifty, which I don't know if that was an exclusive Switch title or not, but just neat to see that. Cuphead really did well. That game honestly feels like a Nintendo game. I mean, and it looks gorgeous. I've recommended it on this show before. It is definitely a good one. I recommend checking it out for sure. So, if anything else from you guys in chat, anything else you want me to touch on before we wrap this thing up? It is just going to kind of be a little short show. I just wanted to kind of recap the Game Awards and really highlight the Nintendo stuff. Again, you know, Nintendo won quite a few awards, and this is interesting to me, and I said it the moment they won, that Zelda, it's really a Wii U title, right? It's a Wii U port on the Switch. And so what a way for that, like, a system that nobody really thinks of too highly, unless you're like a Nintendo hardcore, especially most people that have never played it or really spent much time with it. Like, it's a freaking Wii U title is what it is. And so I can't even speak. I'm trying to read chat and everything, but to me, it's just funny that the system that everybody was like glad to see leave, all of a sudden the one of the last games on it from Nintendo wins Game of the Year. I mean, obviously it is a Switch title as well. That's what I'm about to play it on, but it really is it's a Wii U port that we have on the Switch. And so there's some irony there. It makes me laugh. A few other things to mention. Captain Logan says it was the most professional Game Awards show ever. Yeah, definitely. Aside from the drunk guy that was like F the Oscars. You know, that guy was pretty crazy. Kirby says, well, all the games I have on the Wii U are almost over to the Switch. Right. I mean, we've seen a lot of them come over there. Mario Kart and Zelda. Splatoon 2 is, we all know it's kind of just an update to Splatoon 1, but it's okay. And then, and now even Bayonetta. So it's really a great time to be a Nintendo fan. We saw a ton of Rocket League commercials. We saw I mean, Nintendo really took advantage of the screen time to get games like Xenoblade Chronicles as a commercial. Rocket League, I think at least twice showed the Nintendo exclusive stuff, showing the Switch. And so, I mean, Nintendo was right there, just pushing their marketing, getting it right out there in front of people, which I think is great. Kirby says even Fire Emblem Warriors was shown once. Yeah. So, I mean, look, the Switch library is massive for its first year. And if you think about it, Bayonetta is coming out at the end of the first year, because it's not until like March 3rd, right? That the year will be up for the Switch. So we're still going to see things. We don't know what January holds. We don't know what the early February holds. Anything like that. We may see a few more titles drop that we aren't expecting. So Shape says the show was awesome. Everything other than the gaming event. Let's see. Every other gaming event isn't. It was rude, crude, sexy, and exciting. It wasn't kid friendly, and that's what the kids want. 1010 would watch award show again. Yeah, Kirby. So I talked about that early on. She's wondering how handheld awards are going to be handled next year. Like, yeah, with the Switch being such a hybrid, like, Metroid winning best handheld. What do they do? What do they do next year? I have a feeling they're going to keep considering the Switch as a console game, like hooked to the TV, and that way, if Nintendo ends up, coming out with another handheld, I don't know what Nintendo's future is with that kind of stuff for that $150 market, $80 market, where the 3DS sits right now. Do they abandon that altogether for the Switch? Do they lower the price of the current Switch and put out an HD Switch? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they go from there, but it's it's an interesting conversation for sure. There was something coming out after your birthday. Yeah, that's Bayonetta. Bayonetta 1 and 2 will be out the 16th. So I love it. Everybody's coming in to the chat. Lumberjoke saying, I already died twice. Captain Logan says, I've already died 6 times, and I'm excited to jump into this DLC. So I think we're going to wrap it up right here. So remember, guys, you're going to find me on Twitch, Twitter, all the places. It's N64Josh, Instagram, Patreon, Snapchat, Facebook, all the places, N64Josh. So, also remember audibletrial.com/NPC. Get yourself a free audiobook. OPC.com is where the sponsor of this show is what I'm sitting in right now. Super comfortable, super affordable. Use coupon code N64Josh to save yourself $10. This has just been a quick recap show. Let me know what you think of this stuff. Let me know in the comments in the YouTube video. Let me know, hit me up on Twitter, whatever. I do want to do some more little mini shows like this periodically, so let me know what you think. As always, we still need reviews on iTunes. It helps get us up those charts, so I'd really appreciate that. And and Drummer says you never open Snapchats. That is true. I don't really ever open that thing, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll figure it out. So thank you so much for being here with me live, guys. I appreciate it. If you hang out, I'm just going to end the stream and then immediately start it right back up to start playing some Zelda. See how many times I die in this thing. I'm really looking forward to it. We will talk about it more at length in the next episode of the Nintendo Powercast. That will be out Wednesday at the normal time. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here live. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to fire the stream right back up, and I will see you guys very soon. Later.